Hello and welcome to the introduction of the 2011 Ford Fiesta. It's a new Ford, it's a new design for Ford, it's something we haven't done in a long time. My name's Dave Henry and I'll be giving you a brief tour of the car. And we're going to start up front with the styling, because you're going to see this is a completely different face of Ford. The trapezoidal inlet at the bottom will be the new face of Ford. The Dragon's Eye headlamps that give a bold, striking appearance that wrap inside the fenders, around the fenders. The bold power dome hood. The 2-bar grille that's actually body colored instead of chrome. It's a different look for us, but it's going to be a look you're going to have to get used to. The headlamps in particular wrap into the fenders. The fenders also have pronounced wheel arches. The arches come back into a razor slash that goes all the way back to the back side of the car, and it's a full 4 inches taller back here than it is here. These are all design cues that Ford calls kinetic design. And what it's supposed to do is for you as a consumer to look at the car and figure that the car is already moving while it's still standing still. It gives it a good strong presence, a strong stance, a good design, and it's just sleek engineering in motion, sitting still, doing nothing. If you come over to the passenger side of the vehicle, you'll quickly see what I'm talking about with the pronounced fender arches, or the wheel arches on the front fender. The razor slash starts here and ends here. The pronounced outside mirrors are shaped in a way to keep wind from getting inside the car. Again, just another benefit with being a small car. The windshield actually is a sound screen, acoustic laminated windshield. This is technology that we reserve for our luxury brand, Lincoln. Technology we reserve for our high-end pickup trucks like F-150 Lariat and F-250 and 350 Lariat. Now it's in a car that you can get for middle teens as far as a price point. So it's really neat stuff that's going to the inside. You'll notice when you open the door that you have a good strong handle to pull on. No chintzy handles here. And it's body colored, so it looks classic and matches the rest of the car. Once you open the door, then you'll see the seam, and seam. So again, wind noise is completely eliminated from the car, or as much as we could anyway. Getting in the car, you still have good volume, good interior space, and some really neat touches on the inside. For instance, as I sit in the passenger side seat, I still have enough legroom that I don't feel cramped. My dash panels are soft touches. They're a soft rubber instead of a hard plastic, so you get less noise coming inside the car. Side impact airbags, side curtain airbags, front airbags with passenger sensing system, and Ford's personal safety system are all standard. Now, the personal safety system is something we've had for a long time. It's something that we use with our clients so that it has not only proximity, relationship to how close I am to the airbag, but also my approximate build, my height, my weight, whether or not I have my seatbelt on, so that the airbag will only work at half capacity if necessary, or not at all. If you had to put your child up front and they weigh less than 80 pounds, typically we like to see them in the back seat, but if that's not possible, if you have to put them up front, the airbag's completely disabled so that it doesn't cause any injury to the occupant. In the back seat, you still have plenty of room where you can still get in and out of the car as a full-size adult. Now, it's by no means pickup truck size, and it's by no means something that you'd want to do for everybody all the time. But even a small commuter car that's over 40 miles a gallon, you can still sit in the back seat and not have to be embarrassed about taking your friends to dinner or taking them to a show or the ball game. Now, even going back to the back, you can see even in our hatchback version, the razor slash still comes all the way back. You see the tail lamps almost look like the headlamps. So you have that Dragon's Eye appeal, even with kind of the bubbling or the fisheye look on the top part. Marker lights on the outside here. Lifting up the hatch, you still have good access to space. You can still put luggage in there. You can still put groceries in there. You can still put all the things that you'd want in there that you need to put in. And this is even removable. It just simply unlatches here, and then just a quick pull of these two tabs, and this comes out completely, so you have even more space. It's just an application and a good intelligent design so that you can maximize as much space as you can, make a little car feel like a big car, rear wiper defrost, center high mount stop lamp, everything that you'd ever need and nothing that you wouldn't want. Underneath that beautiful skin of Ford Fiesta is the all-new 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. A 1.6 liter makes 120 horsepower and is capable of getting up to 40 miles a gallon when properly equipped with the SFE package. Some of the equipment that you'll see on the engine is twin independent variable cam timing. Power when you need it, efficiency when you need it, but on demand all the time. If you look up at the front of the engine, you'll see the 4 composite intake runners. Again, lessening weight, lessening burden on the engine. Some of the things that you'll notice that you're missing, for instance, is a power steering pump. The power steering is actually done through an electronic assisting system. There's no longer any power steering pump, no pulleys, and no fluid to actually pull efficiency from the engine. The battery is contained up front in an easy to get to location. Power brake fluid, as well as your coolant overflow, are easily marked and up at the top end, so use of service is okay. Speaking of service, in particular, the 1.6 liter along with the 6-speed automatic transmission require service only at 7,500 to 10,000 miles, or as your vehicle tells you, because the vehicle actually has an intelligent oil life monitor. Now, this 1.6 liter engine is paired up to a Power Shift 6-speed automatic transmission. The 6-speed transmission is actually a new technology for Ford of North America, where it's 2 gearboxes, 1, 3, and 6, and 1, 3, and 5, and 2, 4, and 6 are one and the same. The benefit of this setup is that it actually engages and feels like a manual transmission, and it's more efficient than our previous automatics or even our current manual transmission, up in that MPG to over 40 miles a gallon. Once you get done staring at the outside of the car, you eventually have to get in it. And Fiesta, again, never disappoints there. If you look, for instance, at the drivers, the steering wheel with redundant controls on the left-hand side, cruise control on the right-hand side. This allows the driver to keep his hands on the wheel and his eyes on the road, or her eyes on the wheel and her eyes on the road. It also is equipped with Microsoft Sync. This is the 3rd version of Microsoft Sync, which is a wireless in-car communication system that seamlessly connects your Bluetooth-enabled cell phone. You can be able to take calls, make calls, depending on the phone, be able to read text aloud. Also, you have 911 assist, where if you're ever in an accident where the airbags were to deploy, or the fuel shutoff switch engages, a 911 call is placed to a 911 operator, not to a call center and a third party. VHR, at any time, if you choose, you can actually just press the voice button and ask for a health report to be done of your car. It will do a diagnostic check of just some small maintainable items, send you an email and the dealer of your preference an email. All of this is free. With that, you also get turn-by-turn traffic directions and information. You can get up-to-the-minute sports scores, your horoscope, stock quotes, and even turn-by-turn traffic and directions and information. That's complimentary for the first 3 years. After that, then there is a small subscription fee that you will have to take advantage of if you want to continue to use the system. Looking at the center stack, you can see just a small 4-inch screen there in the center. And then your keys down at the bottom are cell phone inspired. Your CD radio, Sirius satellite radio, auxiliary for the sync system, and the phone for the sync system are all on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have number of keys. The numerical keys will actually work as a keypad on your cell phone if you don't want to use your phone, but if you wanted to access your voicemail, for instance, you could type in your security code. The lock and unlock button is in the center stack, again, getting away from the door, so it's easier to get a hold of. Your temperature controls are slightly below that, and they're giant. You have a center dial that will change the airflow or the direction. The left dial changes the wind speed, and then the right dial changes the temperature. It flows into just a automatic transmission, or if you choose to do the manual transmission, your selector knob is right here in the center. Your sync auxiliary input jacks are down here on the bottom below that. So everything flows simply through the center console, where everything is within reach of the driver. Everything is easily accessible, and the driver is not fumbling around or muddling around looking for certain items on the car. Again, it just allows the driver to stay connected to the road, keep their eyes on the road, their hands on the wheel, and enjoy driving, but still get done some of the mundane tasks that you have to in day-to-day, such as taking a phone call, making a phone call. Everything that you need to do, nothing that you don't.